swag.org. Your information technology answers are here.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen Weinkoop and welcome to another edition of Swag TV. We have Laura Rose on the program today talking about more career coaching and tips and different things like that. And today we're talking about what happens when your peer is promoted and now you're facing a completely different relationship and a lot of different things that go along with that. So Laura, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Steve.
So, you know, you're working along and your team is working really well, and all of a sudden your coworker is promoted and is now your boss. It's good and it's kind of bittersweet, but what types of things should you do in that kind of a situation?
Well, after your knee-jerk reaction of why wasn't it me, you know, you got to sit back and really appreciate the opportunities that are now available to you. A lot of times they were promoted because the team worked so well together. So you want to, pat yourself on the back and say, hey, I was one of the reasons why this person was promoted, and then just go up and assure that person that you're going to continue to support that person, he or she, and the team, just as you've always had. So just show them that you've got their back, essentially.
Very true. I'm always kind of surprised. I know this is a little bit a weird topic, but I'm always surprised on Celebrity Apprentice when, they go through the whole thing and they're all chewing each other up all during the show, and, we're down to the final two, and rah, and they choose their team from these people that they booted off, and the team is fully supportive, usually fully supportive of what they're doing, and I'm always impressed by that. There's always one or two for good drama, and, I get that,
Yeah.
but the fact is most of them are very supportive, even of people that they went head-to-head with during the show, and I think that's a good thing. I think you can show that you can be a big person about it and that you can make really good things happen out of it.
Exactly, and stay focused on the common goal versus individual idiosyncrasies.
Right, right, very true. So, and flip that around then. What do you do if you're the guy that gets promoted over your teammates and friends even, possibly? So what do you do in that situation?
I think the flip side is very similar. You want to show appreciation for what they did to help you in your promotion. And then also acknowledge, hey, now I'm in a better position to help you with your individual goals and career paths. So now that you're on a different level, you have better access to a second line manager or a sister department, things like that, so that your doors open additional doors for your team members. And if you express appreciation for them and show them the opportunities that have now opened up for them as well as for yourself, I think that will help that tension.
I know that one of the common descriptions of management is to get things out of the way, to make things happen, and to enable stuff. And I think the big successful things I've seen when somebody gets promoted like that is when they're able to kind of proactively go out and move barriers that they're aware of because they came from that group. So they're very aware of the challenges faced by that group. If they can go out and remove some of those barriers and show that they're really working for that group and not just nanny, I won and you lost, I think that's a really powerful position and a good way to start off and to say, look, I know we've got issues with X, Y, and Z. I went out and we were able to put these things in place to help out with some of that stuff, and hopefully we can do a lot more going forward.
I think that's a great suggestion. I also want to incorporate your team's talent in your solution, in your challenge. So don't just go out there and conquer the dragon by yourself, but incorporate the team's strengths and expertise to conquer that dragon.
It's a great idea. I know we talked in another segment about visibility. I guess one of the things that you could do is make sure that your team has that visibility with other folks and show them, not like see what I did for you kind of show them, but just make sure that they're aware that, hey, I'm talking to this department about what you're doing and this department about what you're doing, and help them with that.
And even take it a step further and invite them to your second level manager status reports and say, hey, I have 4 pieces in my status report. I would like you to present this third piece. And so now you're not only telling the people about them, but you're putting that person in front of those people.
Great idea. Great idea. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, as always, thank you very, very much for being on the show and for all of your great advice and tips. And we'll definitely look forward to the next show.
I am too.
Thanks, Laura.